Hello, my name is Bradley and I'm your host of The Internal Game. Okay, so I had made a course called The Sacred Interference Pattern, and it was about someone called the purge. I call it like an actual sacred interference pattern. It's kind of interfering with you. It seems like reality is like being the opposite of you, right? You're being a new way. You are feeling it even more so, like feeling like this is the new way. I've been kind of embodying this. And it's very easy to know, like when there's if you know you've been being a certain way and then you see the interference pattern pop up and it's like the opposite of that, you're like, oh cool, this is my opportunity, right? It's very easy to know this is like a purge or interference pattern, right? Like, okay, cool, it's working. Now the opposite's showing up, right? But there's also another part to the interference pattern, in my opinion, and it's the void. The void, where it seems like nothing is happening. Now, this is where most people quit or drop or fall back into old ways, right? Again, re-identifying with the chase, re-identifying with believing that the outer is more important than the inner, believing that nothing's happening, right? So this is where we really, really get to see what we're made of in this sense. Like, how much do you really believe that this is an inside first, outside game? How much do you really believe, like, hey, this is who I am now and I'm going to stick with it, whether something is showing me proof of this or not? Because I know that the proof, the real proof in the pudding, is my state, is my internal world. Okay. Now, guys, energy moves first. Energy before matter, inside before out, right? Internal energy before external form. Always, right? And also, how much do you really get behind this? And most importantly, how much do you really want this change? Because if you're saying that I want to be calm, cool, collected, confident, loved, committed to, appreciated, all these things that we say that we want, then, and we also think that this is how reality works, right? Like that inside first, outside second. I mean, we must, right? We're watching videos, we're in memberships about this stuff. We are in Skool Community, all these different things about these things. And then we're like, oh, nothing's happening, not seeing any proof. What the fuck? Something must be wrong, right? Are you victim or creator? Okay. So outside, this reflection of you, right? This reflection of you has to integrate. It has to mold itself around you, right? So if you think that nothing's happening, it's still molding. Let it, right? Walk in the knowing still that this is an inside first, outside game, that you are who you say you are, right? Because in these interference patterns, that's what this test seems to be, right? Are you who you say you are? Because we're about to shift this, let's just pretend, picture the universe talking to you. We, this separate universe, are about to shift everything to you, as we've always done. But before we do this, you have some stuff that has to clear out. As the stuff is clearing out, maybe the energy's manifesting in form. It looks like some kind of purge thing. Or maybe nothing seems to appear to be happening at all. Either way, it's still checking on you. Like, are you sure you're this person? Because we're about to move everything. Everything. If you bite into the interference, the purge, right? If you bite into the appears that nothing's happening, you are not who you say you are, and then guess what? You get to keep your reality that you say that you do not want. So think about it. If you're about to make a big change and this whole thing's responding to you, wouldn't you be isn't that ideal to make sure hey, I want to make sure you say that you are who you are before I fucking rearrange everything for you, as I've always done? Life makes no mistake and always gives man which man first gives himself. Neville Goddard taught us this, right? So if you are saying, I am this person, you've given this to yourself, I am this person now, I'm aware of thought, I don't buy into thought. I'm calm, cool, collective. I'm non-reactive. I'm not worried about that. I'm loved. I'm this. Like, that's my person. That's my thing. It's already done. Then sometimes you have a lot of story, a lot of momentum, a lot of energy that just has to be represented in form. Not all the time, but depending. And sometimes it looks like nothing. And guess what? If you are this person, what's the problem? Granted, I get this. I've been there. But as I always ask you guys, what other choice do you have? Like, if you're saying nothing's happening yet, so I'm going to revert back to who I was because nothing's happening. Why? Why? Or like, because if you really believe this, like, if you really believe this stuff, it makes more sense to say, I'm going to be this person no matter what. I'm going to be in these kind of states of being no matter what. I don't care what's showing me something, if something's showing me something or not. I don't care if there's purge or not. I'm non-reactive. I'm it. Because when you do this and you stick to this, then this void test is like, oh, okay. Whew, we're about to shift everything around. Glad we can do that now because he or she's actually serious. This is who they are now. We can move things to them. You gotta stop wanting evidence. You are the evidence. The embodiment of this way that you're being is the evidence. Embodiment over evidence every single time. There is no evidence without embodiment first. Because life makes no mistake and always gives man which man first gives himself. What you embody, life gives you back. It doesn't work the other way around. Like, you're not a victim. You can be victim as long as you want. You can be victim to circumstance if that's how you want to play the game. But you can say, oh wow, like still nothing's happening. Why must be doing something wrong? I watched nothing. Or you can say, listen, I really think this is how thing goes. How I think things go. And guess what? Whether it's showing me something, whether it's showing me the opposite, or whether it's not showing me anything at all, as it appears to be, I'm still this person. I'm still it. No matter what. People quit. I don't say they quit. I mean, yeah, in a way, like they're, we say I want these things. I know I did it a bunch of times. And then I finally said, I don't care what happens at all. I'm done crying about things. Not saying I didn't have emotions, but I'm saying I was done being a victim. I'm done chasing these things, these manifestations. I'm done even thinking about manifestation. Like I'm over it. I'm going to just be what it is that I want to experience. What I want to experience, peace. What I want to experience, fucking a good life. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this to myself. I'm gonna be aware of my thoughts. I'm gonna let them go, even when it seems a little overwhelming. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna focus on my inner body. I'm gonna start letting some emotions go. I'm gonna prioritize myself and my state of being. No matter what happens. And then boom, everything started to work out, literally. Wife came back. Not only did my wife come back, guys, like it was like we were separated for quite some time. This guy she was dating lived in our home, like moved in. I was like trying to manifest in some studio apartment place, like devastated, trying to manifest for months. I finally said, this, I'm done with this whole thing. I am going to boss myself up. I'm gonna be aware of thoughts. I'm gonna get out of my own suffering because I'm doing it to myself. And within, I hate using the time thing, but not very long at all. Very, very, very quick of persistent in this. Like not taking any type of external purge or interference pattern, not taking anything, oh, there's nothing happening. I didn't care. This wasn't about them anymore. This wasn't about SP. This wasn't about money. This was about like, no, I'm showing up for me now, no matter what. And then guess what? Talked to my wife on the phone. It was a text. Then we ended up video chatting for like hours that night. And she was telling me like, it's always been you. I don't know why I could, like all this stuff. We hung out the very next morning at a park for another few hours. Continued talking on the phone. And I was literally back home within like a week and a half or something like that. 5 days, week and a half. I remember the specifics, but it wasn't very long. She pretty much told the guy, like, listen, you're a great guy. I moved on too fast. I was trying to get over, Bradley, like, because that's how she felt. When months before that, it wasn't necessarily like that. Wasn't necessarily like that at all. I was getting a different reflection. I really like him. You're not my soulmate, Bradley. I tried with you, but I can't. It's too much. Like, me and him don't fight. It's good. Like, he's nice. He does I feel provided. It was like a whole different story. But when I changed, then everything out there that was created by how I used to be had to fucking drop. Guys, this is not some joke. Like, however long you guys want to continue playing the manifesting game, by all means, go ahead and do it. It's your life. But like, when you want to bring it back to you, when you want to stop falling for interference patterns, when you want to stop falling for voids, like nothing's happened, when you want to stop like feeling in self-pity, I'm not saying you are, I'm talking about if you are, this video is for you. And you're thinking nothing's happening, so what? What other choice do you have? I got tired of crying and being in self-pity and thinking, man, this always happens. Why she's just so happy without me? Like, no. That happened because of me, guys. Because of my insecurities, my fears, and my doubts. And every time I would start to feel okay again, I would get a thought, buy into the thought, or like something that wasn't preferred would pop up, and someone would say something, I'd fall back into my own pity, and oh man, like, I can't do this. And I watched another video, and I got this. It was unstable. I just saw a comment, and this, I'm not calling anybody out. Like, I am here for you. This I can assure you. I get it. But I'm saying, like, I just saw a comment that was like, what about the SP stuff? What about them? What about focusing on them and only them has brought you any type of success in what it is that you say that you want? What about that has brought you any type of peace and harmony within is most important? And what about like focusing on only them and what they're doing, what they're not doing, has brought you any kind of not suffering? Because you're only going to be able to perceive it from the lens of the system anyway, of what you believe to be true. You have to step in no matter what happens and say, my state is independent of what anybody else is doing. Like, I don't care. Like, this is my shit. Who cares if there's a void? Who cares if there's the opposite showing up? You want to latch onto it? Cry about it? Like, I don't mean, and I mean this with love. Like, there's nothing wrong with emotions, but identifying with them and the excess story, guys, there is no such thing as an unhappy emotion. There's an emotion that maybe is not the most ideal for you, plus an unhappy story. Now you're unhappy. It's a story. And you want to latch onto that because something's happening or not happening. Who gives a who cares? Like, ultimately, like, what is your state, is your well-being going to be dependent on them for forever or something? Is that really how you want to live your life? Like, by the stuff that you're doing, looking around, like, is it working yet? Is it working yet? Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Guys, everyone knows I've been in AA. Back in the day, there was I was in a meeting one time, and a guy came in because his wife left him. And the guy next to me was like, or same table, something like that, was like, well, he's probably like, it's gonna be hard for him to stay sober because he's not making it about the actual problem. He's making it about his wife leaving him. So he thinks if he can stop his drinking, then his wife's gonna come back. So like, if she doesn't come back, then he's gonna drink again, right? Because it's based around that. And I've done that before too, like with other things, right? But nonetheless, it was about something else other than the actual issue at hand. And so it's the same thing over here. If you're making this, if you're doing these things just to get something, if you're trying to end your suffering just so you get these people, just so you can do these things, like, so something works, what happens if it doesn't? Now, I'm not saying it's not going to. They're going to reflect you, but I'm saying, but like, What happens if you see the purge at that time, or the interference? What happens if you see the void and it appears like nothing's happening? Where's the state of being lie then? Because it was never about you. You still weren't prioritizing yourself. You were only prioritizing yourself so they would prioritize you. That's what's happening underneath, right? So then what happens? You can drop it. Oh man, I give up. This sucks. This isn't working. Why is it not working out? And then comment and watch another video and all this stuff. All because what? Nothing's happening. What's happening is you're suffering. What's happening is you're focused on all the wrong things. Like, that's it. And most importantly, like, you're still choosing things over you. So who cares if something shows up or if it doesn't? It's going to, but who cares? In the meantime, why is your state dependent on what they're doing or what they're not doing? That's how we got in this position in the first place. I feel like the last few videos I've had are just kind of ranting, but like I've just seen it so much. I've seen it so much. So much. This needs to be about you choosing you and your state and your well-being over all else. All else. Are you gonna keep you? Are you gonna keep true to the way that you're saying that you are now, to how you've been being aware of the thoughts and disidentifying and claiming a new way? Are you gonna keep true to you even in the face of the opposite or something that appears to not be happening? Are you going to keep this? If not, then you can just keep playing. I mean, if you don't, then you're just going to keep playing the same game until you do. And only you can do it. So rather there's a void, or there's interference, who cares? You know, most people quit because it was never about them. It's about the other person. That's why they quit. You have to make it about you, so you don't quit. So you can stand the storm. Because it's always been about you. Who cares if there's a void? But that's why most people quit. Because it wasn't about them. It was doing it for something else. So they could feel a certain way. So they could finally feel enough. They could finally do these things that this person picks me. Fuck that. Pick yourself. Your state of being. Guys, you know, the seek first the kingdom of heaven and all shall be added on to you, right? But everything that you do within will be added on to you. Seek first insecurity and chasing and all shall be added on to you. To reflect this. Seek first the fear and the doubt. And all shall be added on to you. Or you seek first the kingdom, presence, stability, and all shall be added on to you. Don't worry about a void or a purge. The only reason that you're worried about it is because you're still making it about them. Or it, whatever it is that you want. But that's why they quit. That's where most people back out. Re-identify with this little me. That the little me makes things about everyone else. Because that's how it sees itself. But anyway, you have to. You don't have to. You can continue your suffering all you want to. No one's going to come take it from you. But like, you have to make this about you if this is what you want. You have to make it about your stability, your peace. You're not suffering. Then about I'm doing this to get this thing. 'Cause if you do it to get this thing, then you've missed the idea of why this whole thing happened in the first place. Just like the guy that was going to stop drinking so his wife would come back. He missed the whole idea on why she probably why there was toxicity in the home and why she left in the first place. Right? There's that. And just like on this side, like it's our fear, insecurity, doubts, the little me self that looks for confirmation of itself through a person, doesn't matter who it is, like, and then it gets pushed out. That's the issue. Not them. So focus on this. Worry about this. And if you have been doing it and you're feeling good, keep doing that. Get a good check-in with like, am I still doing this for me? Because every time that you're looking for the sign, the evidence, is something happening behind the scenes? And like, no. Who's this? Who am I doing this for? Who am I not suffering for? Me or them? See you soon.